Hi family, welcome back to Simple Taste by Stephanie. Today we're going to be making what I call skillet chicken. So what you need to make skillet chicken, I like to use boneless, skinless chicken thighs, which I have here. I've already rinsed them. I've already trimmed some of the extra fat off of them. We're also going to need paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, thyme, chili powder, salt, and pepper. We're also going to need brown sugar. I recommend dark brown sugar just because of the color that I generally like to have on the chicken. And we're also going to need butter, okay? You can choose any other types of butter. If you can't use fresh butter, if you use like avocado butter or olive oil butter, you can use those as substitutes. All right, so I'm going to start preparing this spice plate, okay? And because we're basically going to be creating a rub, and then we'll move to the next steps. One of the other things that I need you to do is set your oven to 425. So let's do that now. Go ahead and preheat that while we're going to make our rub. So let's start with our paprika. We're going to be using a tablespoon of paprika. We're going to be using a tablespoon of garlic powder. We're going to be using a tablespoon of onion powder. We're going to be using a teaspoon of chili powder. Teaspoon of salt. And then a half a teaspoon black pepper. Contrary to everyone's belief, sugar is a spice, okay? So again, I'm using dark brown sugar. I'm going to be using a 1/4 cup of dark brown sugar. All right, I'm just going to take one of my measuring spoons here and I'm going to start mixing those spices together on the plate. If you want to use a bowl, you can use a bowl. I like to use a plate, and when you see my next steps, you'll see why. Then when you get all your spices all incorporated together, we are then going to start putting our meat in that rub. And I'm going to be using a cast iron skillet because it's skillet chicken. Get my pan out. I'm going to put that here because after I start seasoning the chicken, I'm going to be placing that chicken right in my skillet. All right. So here's a chicken thigh. I'm just going to layer that down in that spice, and you can just see me flipping it. And I want to get that's that rub on every inch of my meat, okay? Now with the boneless skinless chicken, you want to make sure that you dip it in the spices flat so you get both sides. But then when I put it in the skillet, I'm going to gently fold it. Okay, make sense? And place that down in my skillet. All right, next. Guys, you know what I forgot? I could have went on and put the thyme in with the rub, but I'm going to just sprinkle the thyme on the top. You could put yours in your seasoning rub. Now, I've not used other cuts of chicken to make this dish, but I do have a friend that doesn't eat chicken. They eat a lot of turkey, and so they do have turkey chops. So I would think that it would work. So told her if she wants to try it out that way, she certainly can. And it looks like based on the measurements of my spices, everything was perfect. I've used about 6 pieces of chicken. You can get up to 8 with those measurements, but you can also just pour a little more spices back on the plate and do it all over again. So if you have larger portions, you certainly can do that. So while it looks like I've got my chicken squeezed in that skillet, if you are familiar with cooking chicken thighs, and particularly with them being boneless and skinless, you know that they really cook up, you know, they really shrink. So it looks like a lot, but it's really not. I'm gonna wash my hands. I'm gonna go ahead and take that thyme that I mentioned that you could have actually done about a tablespoon of thyme in the rub, but I'm just gonna sprinkle it here because I did not put mine in the rub. You can do yours. I like mine on the top. And we're gonna use a 1/4 cup of butter. So I've already melted the butter. I just simply did that in a container in a microwave, just really quick. And it's only a 1/4 cup, okay? And we're gonna pour that butter right on top of the chicken. Right. So this is what it looks like before it goes into the oven. Like I said, 425 is the temperature, and you're gonna put it in the oven for 25 to 30 minutes, depending on your oven. All right, check back with me in a few minutes to see the final product. All right, time's up. Oh, wow, looks great. Skillet chicken. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.